drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself, if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem, is if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So, yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about everything from addiction, sobriety, anxiety, depression, balance, and life. My name is Kyle Gray. I'm the host of the show. We are live every Sunday at 11 a.m. and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and oftentimes more than that. Yesterday I went live, so be sure to subscribe for notifications. And if you don't want notifications, just don't subscribe. It's not going to hurt my feelings. All right, guys, how's everybody doing today? I don't really have a set schedule of things to talk about, but I do have some things that I've been kind of doing recently that I think could help out a lot of people. So I've gotten in the practice of reading every morning for a very short amount of time. Basically, when I used to travel for filming battle events, is I used to go to a different city every single weekend, and when I first started traveling a bunch, I would listen to music, I would watch movies, and I found that that really wasn't the best utilization of that time. And what I started to do is I started to actually read books, and I would try to read one book every trip, and it became a challenge for me because I really wasn't into reading prior to that, and I really just started loving to read. Unfortunately, now with this quarantine, I kind of have taken a bit of a hiatus from it, but I've started to get back into it, and I found what's really helpful to me is when I first wake up is to read just a small amount. Don't try to read a lot, just try to read a little bit. And what I try to read is either self-help or motivational books, quotes, anything like that. And I got this book right here that I've really been digging called Get Out of Your Way. It's by Russ, the rapper. And I really love this book for many different reasons. First of all, it's really designed cool. This is actually where I got the idea for my wall of affirmations from. It's really awesome. Just there's all the chapters have these cool symbol designs, and the typography is really dope. But overall, it's just a really cool book, and it's a fast read, and you can get up and read a little bit about it. It's the first chapter is Manifest, and it's talking about speak your goals into existence. Your thoughts hold weight in the universe. A long time ago, this woman told me you have to be careful what you think about because it comes true. You can think things into existence. You can speak things into existence. You can believe things into existence. This is manifesting. So even just reading that little paragraph is pretty inspirational. And think about when you first get up, what do? What I used to do is when I first got up, I used to get on social media. I used to immediately go on Twitter. And the thing about that I feel is detrimental to starting your day off on the wrong foot is you're already enveloping all these other people's opinions that you don't really necessarily have control over if they're positive or negative. So you could just get on Twitter, and oftentimes social media is not the most positive tool. Oftentimes it's very narcissistic, egotistical, and negative, especially Twitter, which Twitter definitely relies heavily on dragging people and a large source of negativity. So when I would get on Twitter, the first thing is I would be starting my day off immediately on a bad foot and being negative. So what I've tried really hard is to get up, read a book like this, just literally, sometimes I literally read 2 pages. Some of these chapters are super, super short. Some are 3 pages long. Vulnerability is a magnet. My mom always tells me, keep your barriers down at all times. It is her way of reminding me to open to being receiving. It is a mantra that runs through my head all the time. What I've discovered is that keeping my barriers down doesn't just make me more receptive to inspiration, ideas, and success. It also allows me to be more vulnerable in my music and in my life. My mom gave me permission to be vulnerable. So, really like this. I think everybody should try this. Get this book if you can. It's $20. Looks really cool. I really like having it on my desk. It just looks dope. I'm a fan of books with cool typography. I'm almost done with that, and I'm gonna get a couple more books on their way. And yeah. So that's just kind of what I've been doing recently, and I've actually been in a really, really good headspace for everything. Luis, what's up? How's everybody doing in the chat? Muggum 2, Avo, I've been in China since the outbreak, went through a true heavy lockdown for nearly 2 months. I would wake up and do yoga for an hour. ate a lot of veggies, and lost a surprising amount of weight. Mug'em, I'm actually in the same boat, man. I've been doing nothing but eating radically healthy. Like, this is the most healthy I've ever eaten in my entire life, because usually in the past what I would do is I would eat healthy for the most part, but I would have like a cheat meal like pretty much almost every meal of the day. Not every meal of the day, one meal a day. So it's like I would eat healthy all the way up to dinner time, and then at dinner I would have like Mexican food or something and eat like a fucking burrito or a quesadilla and just like eat ice cream. So it's like I'm a really healthy person and I am super into fitness, but that would kind of stop me from like really leveling up. And during this quarantine, I've done nothing but just eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of whole foods. No dairy, no meat really. I eat a lot of tuna and shrimp, but besides that, no meat. And I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't drink tea anymore. I try to drink a gallon of water a day. Today, obviously, I'm slipping. I should be way further along than that. But yeah, salute on that. Sandy, how do you get your appetite up? I've had a hard time wanting to eat. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's a tricky part, is getting your appetite up. I would say exercising will definitely do that to you. After you work out really hard, you'll be insanely hungry. I think exercising is the best way to utilize a lot of like your body's potential. It's good for your mind, it's good for your soul, it's good for everything. It will help you sleep better. It'll help you eat better. You'll want to eat actually healthy, because when you exercise, you don't want to mess up what you're doing by eating bad. And also, when you eat bad, you'll feel it immediately. You'll feel like, ugh, I just feel heavy and I feel like bad. I don't feel like this food did any good for me. Picked up some Python programming. That's dope, man. Hell yeah. It's hella dope. Steps is something I could add as well. You mean like walking stairs? Reese, being vulnerable as an artist is an interesting point. So many people use style, genre, or technique as masks to feel safe expressing themselves. Never thought about it till just now. Yeah, I mean, Russ talks about being vulnerable in his art a lot in this. I mean, I forget, where is it? Yeah, I'm wildly honest in personal relationships. I'm such an open book. I'd rather you just know what's going on. I'm self-aware. You can't tell me anything about me that I don't already know or feel about myself. And if you did, I'd probably say that's an interesting perspective. You can't use me against me. By being honest, I flip my vulnerabilities into victories. So some of this is kind of like a little bit like canonized and like used for like a weapon, which I don't really get behind, because it's like, you know, that's kind of like almost being like, I'm so self-aware you can never like prove me wrong, when it's like being proved wrong is actually a huge strength, and that's being vulnerable in itself. But yeah, this book is incredible, man. This book is called Get Out of Your Way by Russ. Very good book. Highly recommend it. I got some other books on the way. I bought 3 books the other day. I bought a book called like, what is it? It's like Love and Other Things the Internet Has Killed, and it talks about how we're just like so attached to social media and our phones. I bought a book on like healing my heart, and another book like 101 greatest essays you need to read. So, yep. I'm back in my tiny little hometown, and my mom and I go on talks with my mom. I found a new appreciation to the beauty and nature in the town. That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. Eric, I know you said you got out of a relationship. I'm curious if you don't have any contact with her. I'm struggling with not talking with my ex because I do really care about her. Eric, I would say my best advice is, if you really want to talk to your ex, make sure it's for the correct reasons. If you care about her, that's fine. Like, you just need to basically first and foremost establish boundaries of what you won't cross and what she won't cross, and respect those. Because if you have ulterior motives that you're kind of using the contact to move towards, then it's going to be detrimental to yourself. But if you really are just reaching out to make sure that she's okay and you care about that person, that is 100% fine. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. You just need to know that you're not violating a boundary for yourself, so you won't hurt yourself and hers. I personally do still talk to my ex, but it's like really, really rare. And I struggle with boundaries still. I struggle with boundaries a lot. because I am still in love with my ex-girlfriend, and we're not together, and we will never be together, and that's the thing that I'm trying to work towards being okay with. And it's been a long time. It's been 2 years. So that's something that I've been really working through of how to navigate that feeling. But I think if you do care about something and you are respecting your own boundaries for yourself, it's perfectly fine to reach out to somebody and make sure they're okay. Uppermans, you should start a book club. I know, I should. I need to start reading more, though. It's like, this is the only book I've been reading since this quarantine started. I also read a little bit of another book that I stopped. It's called Facing Codependence. And I just didn't really like it because it was like written in the 70s. And it talked more about being codependent from the standpoint of being codependent to an addict. Because usually addicts attract partners that are codependent. I'm an addict, but I'm also codependent as well. So that's where it didn't really work for me. But it was an interesting book, for sure. Eric, I don't want to be her. She reaches out to me. I don't want to be her. I just think she does. Oh, you don't want to be with her. You think she wants to be with you. Yeah, Eric, then I think that's the best thing to do is establish that boundary and just be like, hey, listen, you just got to be honest. You know, because honestly, that's what my ex-girlfriend did with me. She told me, she's like, I don't want to be with you, and I will never want to be with you again. That's not something I want. Even though that was like really, really painful to hear, and that hurts a lot, even to this day. Even saying that out loud sucks. But the thing is, that's honesty, and it's being caring of the other person's feelings. So as long as you're honest from a point of love, I say that's the best thing you can do. Have you all watched From Tomfoolery, The Great Realization? It's such a good, 4-minute video, and it's like future people talking about this kid in 2020. Tomfoolery. Is it on YouTube? The Great Realization. No, but let's watch it right now. Why not? Let's fucking do it. I was gonna watch another video, but this is less embarrassing. I was gonna watch this dude that I watch all the time called Wes Watson now, but he's like this dude that's like from prison. All right, let's dig into this. The Great Realization by suggested by Sandy Kane.
Tell me the one about the virus again, then I'll go to bed.
But my boy, you're growing weary, sleepy thoughts about your head.
Please, that one's my favorite. I promise, just once more.
Okay, snuggle down, my boy, though I know you know full well. The story starts before then, in a world I once would dwell. It was a world of waste and wonder, of poverty and plenty, back before we understood why hindsight's 2020. You see, the people came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got much bigger than we ever could have planned. We'd always had our wants, but now it got so quick. You could have anything you dreamed of in a day, and with a click. We noticed families had stopped talking. That's not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted, and the work-life balance broke. And the children's eyes grew squarer, and every toddler had a phone. They filtered out the imperfections, but amidst the noise, they felt alone. And every day the skies grew thicker, till you couldn't see the stars. So we flew in planes to find them, while down below, we filled our cars. We'd drive around all day in circles. We'd forgotten how to run. We swapped the grass for tarmac, shrunk the parks till there were none. We filled the sea with plastic, because our waste was never capped, until each day when you went fishing, you'd pull them out, already wrapped.
Yeesh.
And while we drank and smoked and gambled, our leaders taught us why. It's best to not upset the lobbies. More convenient to die. But then in 2020, a new virus came our way. The governments reacted and told us all to hide away. But while we all were hidden, amidst the fear and all the while, the people dusted off their instincts. They remembered how to smile. They started clapping to say thank you and calling up their mums And while the car keys gathered dust, they would look forward to their runs. And with the skies less full of voyagers, the earth began to breathe, and the beaches bore new wildlife that scuttled off into the seas. Some people started dancing, some were singing, some were baking. We'd grown so used to bad news, but some good news was in the making. And so when we found the cure, and were allowed to go outside, we all preferred the world we found to the one we'd left behind. Old habits became extinct, and they made way for the new, and every simple act of kindness was now given its due.
But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together?
Well, sometimes you've got to get sick, my boy, before you start feeling better. Now lie down and dream of tomorrow, and all the things that we can do. And who knows, if you dream hard enough, maybe some of them will come true. We now call it the Great Realization. And yes, since then there have been many. But that's the story of how it started, and why hindsight's 2020.
That was
If
tight.
you look at the camera.
That was super dope. Hell yeah, Sandy. Thanks for suggesting that. That was cool. Really liked that. That was awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's I like that idea of, like, you know, it took this to make us realize a lot of things about ourselves, and I think that's what a lot of people are using this as like an opportunity to really look at the way they live their lives, who they are. I know I have personally. I've used this as a really good tool. I think this period has made me a lot stronger. I've grown a lot in this time, especially in my current situation. You know, I've been heavily depressed for the past 2 years, and I think, like, understanding where that comes from, and also, like, understanding that really I just need to create every day the best I can. That's it. Just create every day. Today. That's it. That's all that matters. Not the past, not the future, just today. Just doing the best job I can for me. That's all that matters. I think it's really helped me a lot. So I'm curious if you looked into Buddhism at all. A lot of the quotes you post align with their philosophies. I haven't. I tried to read a book on meditating, written by Gandhi, and it was really hard for me to get into. I think it's just because it was really, the vernacular chosen was really thick, and yeah. But I mean, I should get into reading books more about spirituality. I think that'd be cool. Do you have any suggestions on books I could read about it? Being present is important, for sure. Being present is really important. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know everybody's saying that they, like, 2020 is trash and all that, and a lot of horrible things have happened in 2020. A lot of people have died. Kobe died, which is horrible, along with his daughter. And a lot of people that were close to have passed away due to this virus. Silver lining is, at least me, I've used this for a lot of good. A lot of good for me personally has come out of this, and I feel like a lot of people can use this time for a lot of good. Like, for me, my mentality is the best it's been in a really long time. I've practiced a lot of gratitude in this time. I'm very grateful for my life. I'm very grateful for this channel. Very grateful for this show in particular. Very grateful that I have this. I have Battle Rap. I have you guys. I have Rune an Hour. I'm grateful that I'm sober. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. And also, I'm grateful that all these things are things that I did, that nobody else gave to me. Nobody gave me sobriety. Nobody gave me being healthy. Nobody gave me Rune an Hour, the channel, Battle Rap. These are all things that I did for myself, and that makes me feel really good about that. So, yeah, just working towards being the best version of yourself. I posted that quote, which is actually from this book. Most of the quotes I've been posting have been from this book, but I'll read what I read this morning, which is pretty awesome. It's about potential. Look up to yourself. Get obsessed with the idea of a better you. The process of getting better is the fun part. That's why I keep working. That's everything. The idea that there is always an upgraded version of myself that can be attained is what keeps me going. I'm often asked about which artists inspire me. The answer is the future me. I'm aware that that sounds arrogant, and of course I listen to and am moved by and excited by a lot of great artists, but when it comes to inspiration, my biggest motivator is my own potential. I like that quote a lot, because just think about that, like you using your own successes and failures as motivation for yourself is all you need. You don't need anybody else, and that literally creates a wall between you and the thing that's going to kill your potential, which is comparison. Comparing myself to other people, because when I compare myself to other people, of course I'd feel terrible. I'm 30, I'm going to be 36 this year, and I'm single, I don't have a family, I live in a one-bedroom apartment, I don't make a ton of money, and I'm in a lot of debt, and I lost a lot of friends, and I lost a family, a house, a dog, a woman this past 2 years, and yeah, a lot of things, if I compare myself to other people, it's like, oh, I don't have it as good as them, you know, but when I compare myself to myself, I have it great, because I've come so far. I'm sober now. I'm much happier than I was. I have a better mind state. I actually read books. I go to therapy. I run outside. I work out every day. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I go to sleep early. I'm not a raging sex addict. I'm not a raging alcoholic. I don't smoke cigars. I don't drink coffee. I'm really proud of me. And when I'm comparing myself to me and just how my progress, my failures, my struggles, it's like makes me feel great. So, yeah, man. Gratitude is an action word, and I know for me, remaining grateful is so important too. Yep, Eric, for sure. Comparison is the thief of joy, Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to think about that quote. That quote is hella good. Hey man, hope you're good. I asked for some advice a few months ago and you really helped me out. I'm clean and sober and now I have a 4-week-old son. Can you shout out your Patreon so I can give back? Stanny McFanny. Yo, Stanny, actually, you know, if you want to give back to me, and you have a 4-year-old son, or 4-week-old son, can you go shop at this place, lalaling.com. It's a baby boutique. One of my good friends owns and runs it. And if you would go and shop and just buy something from there, it would help her out because her store's in like great financial trouble due to this virus. And that would help me out more than signing up to the Patreon. I would appreciate that so much more if you would just go buy like a shirt or something from there. But regardless, man, even if you don't, congrats on the 4-week-old son. That's incredible. And your sobriety, Stanny. That's fucking amazing, bro. Marcus, be good. Unfortunately, I don't have any suggestions for books to read. I'm pretty new to the whole thing, but the more I look into Buddhism, the more I connect with it and feel more enlightened. That's dope. That's dope. I'll try to see if there's any like easy reading books. I'm still a novice in reading, so I'm trying to get into it. Look up Psychic Empath by Frank Knoll. Really good book. Interesting. Here, let me copy that. Psychic Empath by... Of course, Sandy, gotta support my friends. Gotta support them. That's all you can do right now. Link, or book. Alright, Psychic Empath. There we go. Thank you for the suggestion. Appreciate that. Alan Watts is a good place to start. Buddhism, philosophy, and everyday life. Check it out. Man, I'm sweating so much right now. It's crazy. When I work out every day, I work out in my room, and I just, like, open the blinds and make it hot as living fuck. It's like brick room yoga in there. It's disgusting, but also amazing as well. But yeah, so, I don't know. I just wanted to share that. We can watch a video from Wes Watson if you guys want to. I gotta warn you, he's a little extreme, and it is kind of funny because he's, like, a tatted-up white guy that was part of a white gang in jail. So it's like, it is a bit abrasive, but he has a lot of really amazing life advice. And coming from somebody that was in lockdown, real lockdown, in prison, the SHU, for I think one point in time he said he was locked up for 14 months and he didn't see anybody for 14 months. He was just in a cell. They would walk him to the shower, like handcuffed. He would shower. They would hand you a razor because you can't even like bring anything in, and then he would just go back. And he did that for 14 months. And he just talks about how he basically saw his experience from a voyeuristic standpoint, where he's like, I'm gonna make the most out of this. I'm gonna do this the best way I possibly can. And he's a little extreme, but I love his approach and that mindset of like, I'm gonna use this hardship and this pain and this suffering to level up. He looks at all pain and suffering as actually a strength. He's like, cool, I'm going through something hard. This will make me stronger. And that's really true. It's a very extreme way of looking at things, but it's kind of a cool thing. And like it's good to hear him talk about that, because then if you're ever struggling in something in life, like for me, it's like when I go out and run sometimes, I'm just like, fuck, I don't really feel like doing this. When I first start running, that's like the first like minute is when the time is that I want to quit the most. I just want to stop. I'm just like, my legs already start hurting as soon as I start like, and I'm just like, fuck, I want to give up. But if I just power through it, I'm like, nah, this will make me feel good. I'm glad my legs hurt. This is good for me. This is how I level up. Feeling pain is how you level up. Grief is how you level up. Going through any struggle is how you level up. You don't go through struggle by gaining success. It doesn't work that way. It can work that way, but it's most likely not going to work that way. It's going to work that way only if you really, really have a super powerful mindset and you're super driven, and oftentimes you will be 10 times more driven off of failure than you will any success. So I would suggest Soul Dad Brother if you want something powerful to read from a prisoner. All right, I'll check that out too. Not many things in life are worth it, are easy, and require work. For sure. Definitely true. All right, let's watch a video from him. I'll probably get flagged for this, but YOLO. And also, it's funny that we're watching this because this fool is like lightweight racist. So I'm not saying I align with any of his ideals at all, but hearing him talk is very interesting, to say the least. All right, let's see. Where was I at? And if you guys want me to stop this, just tell me if it's like triggering for anybody or anything like that, because I realize this is like really extreme, but it's fun to watch, but also like very inspiring. Ethan, love you, Avo, and I have a challenge for you. Try to check how much you describe things as crazy or insane in terms of being respectful towards folks with mental health issues. Ethan, so what would you suggest I categorize like a battle rap round that's really good at as? I guess like crazy and insane, I would never really view them as like detrimental towards people with mental health, but I guess I could see your point for sure. I guess that's so ingrained in my vernacular, in my vocabulary, to be like, whoa, that skateboard trick was insane, that was nuts, that was crazy, you know? So definitely see your point for sure. That would definitely be challenging. I could say that was awesome, that was dope. So wild's a good one. That was wild, that was nuts. Wild and nuts, those are cool. All right, that's good, Ethan. I like that challenge. I'll try it out.
As humans, the cure to everything that ails us, everything already exists within us. The cure to everything that ails us already exists within us. I always talk about vices and I talk about addiction.
Yeah, Amy, it's pretty abrasive for sure, but just get past his image and I bet you'll fuck with this message. Trust me.
It's within us. I always talk about vices and I talk about addictions.
Yeah, Sandy, the camera angle he films at is funny too. I mean, he definitely like fits a stereotype. He's filming so his like bicep looks big. He's cropping out his hairline. Like everything is about vanity for sure. But come on, let's get through it.
Within us. I always talk about vices and I talk about addictions. And what we're truly only addicted to is escaping reality through these vices and drugs and substances. So in all reality, the route to cure this is to create a life that you don't need to escape from. A life that you want to get up and live every day. People always ask me, why 245, Wes? Why 245? And it's because I'm so excited every day to get up and live this life I've created that is pure inner peace, pure gratitude, and just everything I wanted life to be. How did I create this? The work. The work did it. consistent work, consistent internal work and external work. These affirmations that I share on here, these affirmations that I share in the morning on my Instagram, these are what get you through the day. This is internal work. This is planning character. This is planning who you aspire to be. This is solidifying the characteristics of the man you're creating. Now, we have to go through these steps daily. Strength is repetition, as I always say. I sat on lockdown in the shoe with no reason to get up that early other than personal growth. So what is more grateful than getting up early to further your life and grow internally and break that pleasure? What's more grateful than that? Nothing. I say it all the time. So the point is, we have to keep telling you guys, because you're slipping. People are slipping. And that's okay. You're not supposed to be good at this. The first 72 hours I did on lockdown, I came out to make a phone call in tears. Get it? In tears. I was in a cell by myself with no TV, no nothing, just 3 trays and a shitty magazine, but still, I came out in tears, and years later, after doing these little stints, long stints, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, I could sit in a cell for a year and not be fazed. Not be fazed. Because I was finding the ways to cure myself internally with nothing else other than myself.
Crazy.
You have to get up and tell yourself who you are with action. If you don't get up and tell yourself who you are with action, then the negativity is going to ensue. You're going to start doubting yourself. Nobody is inherently confident. Confidence is earned.
I love that quote. Nobody is inherently confident. Confidence is earned. People that are inherently confident is usually not real confidence and something to do with egotism and narcissism. But yeah, like these little nuggets, like, you know, if you could just get past this guy's kind of extreme presentation, the knowledge he spits is like really awesome. And I've honestly been like hella addicted to him. It's like embarrassing because definitely his image is crazy. But yeah.
You're going to start doubting yourself. Nobody is inherently
Jay Vinci, I'm sorry. Nuts. It was wild. It's going to take a while, man. You're not going to, like I said, failure is strength. Failure is inherent. I'm not going to just do it perfectly first try. You got to give me a little bit of wiggle room, my friend.
Confidence is earned. You may look at someone who's in good shape and has it all together, but if they didn't earn it that day, they're not confident. That's a fact. That is a fact. What we have to do is stick to our morning program. In the penitentiary, this is paramount. It's everything. It's everything. You get up and you tell yourself who you are with your action. You go straight in to your reading, your coffee, you sit there, you're waiting for count, then you go get chow, you come back, you get your workout on, you get ready for yard, and you go hit those motherfucking bars. What's going on? How's your day going? Are you creating the person you want to be with your actions? Because your daily actions dictate your future. You know that. We know this. This is the problem, though. Everybody wants the answer and wants the path before they put their heart into their work. You have to put your heart into your work before you get supplied the answer, before you get supplied the path. Most of you guys are going to have to fail a million fucking times. And that's why I look at this as a good thing. Good, you're losing shit. Good. Lose it. Get rid of shit. Get rid of more shit. And then seek within and validate yourself with everything that fucking matters to a real motherfucker.
Yo, I love it. I love his intensity. It's hilarious, but it works. Everything that matters to a motherfucker. Let's go.
Shit. Good. Lose it. Get rid of shit. Get rid of more shit. And then seek within and validate yourself with everything that fucking matters to a real motherfucker. His heart, his conduct, his character.
I mean, it's the thing, it's like I'm laughing, but what he's saying is awesome and fire. I love it. It's just the presentation is wild.
You don't see me break this because I speak the fuck up, because I live it, because I'm accountable to you, because I love my word, because I got love for you guys and everybody who believes in themselves and pushes themselves for their people. In the penitentiary, you have no choice. You have to create assets out of these dope fiends. I rolled up to so many blocks and walked in and was like, what the fuck's going on here? Dudes walking around with their eyes bugging out their head, scratching their fucking face, red-nosed up, rolling up with their nose all, hey, what's up? They're all fucked up, raw-ass nose from just rubbing that shit all gouged out on heroin. Been around it all. Been part of it all. That shit's pussy. It's pussy. You know it. Listen to your conscience. It tells you who the fuck you are when you act correctly. To get up and conduct yourself as a man shouldn't even get the praise it's getting. But since everybody is at such a low level, just being a normal fucking man gets all this praise. I just want it for you guys so you can live happily through your days and make yourself proud. The key to all this is making yourself fucking proud. If you make yourself proud, everybody else will be proud. I could have been a bitch. Came out, went and got drunk, got high, fucked my life up more, made my family pay for the pain. There's other people attached to you, motherfucker. This ain't about you, motherfucker. You're fucking up other people's lives. I remember when my people first visited me in county jail, and I was blaming them like a bitch. Mom's in the visiting room, dad's in the visiting room, and I'm sitting there going, get me the fuck out of here, you fucking motherfuckers, and I'm being the biggest bitch ever. When it was my fault, I got myself there. Check it out. If you're having a bad time on this lockdown and you weren't ready for it, you got yourself here. Learn from it, plan ahead next time. That's the facts. The real ones don't care about losing it.
A little harsh and extreme, but you get what he's really saying. But pretty crazy.
Get it again. And they know it doesn't validate who they are, only their character and their will to succeed is the definition of if they'll succeed or fucking won't. There's no way around.
Another thing that's really hilarious is that he like gets cotton mouth whenever he does these, and he starts just spitting everywhere, and white stuff starts coming out of his mouth. And he always films it where he's backlit, so it accentuates that more because it's lighting that part. But he gets mad at it sometimes, and he goes "fuck" and like wipes his mouth. I don't know. This guy just brings me so much joy because he drops such like amazing knowledge, but he's also such a character. That you gotta love him. You gotta love him. Yeah, he needs my water bottle.
Of if they'll succeed or fucking won't. There's no way around all this. There's no way around all this. You can act up. You can go against society and the government. Think you're gonna be one of those talkers who say we should rise up. Guess what? It's gonna be way worse when they take away more of your freedom. You don't know freedom lost, motherfucker. You want to get your butt...
Let's go, Wes. Talk that white privilege shit.
More of your freedom. You don't know freedom lost, motherfucker. You want to get your butthole stared at every day? Do you want to have to go in handcuffs to the fucking shower? Do you want to have to live with a dope fiend? Do you want to have to live with a fucking dope fiend all day? Is that what you want? Better yet, PC up and have a fucking boyfriend? What you want?
Let's go.
You can get it. Your choices are gonna get you there. You ain't rising up. Everybody talking that shit is fucking stupid. We're all in this together. We all work on ourselves as one. We don't point fingers. You're still pointing the fingers, being a snitch if you're saying someone's doing something. You just work on you. Everything that I do on here is working on me. Everything I share with you is my self-talk. If I say that bitch-ass motherfucker with titties, it's because I was a bitch-ass motherfucker with titties. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sharing my self-talk. There's an abundance of content because I talk to myself a lot. I've been on lockdowns for a very long time. This is how we solidify what we want in life. This is internal work. Thinking is the speaking of the soul with itself. The conscience is the authentic voice of God, higher power, higher intelligence, the energy source. People don't meet you.
Crazy.
They meet your energy way before you walk in the room. Way before you walk in the room. So when you fucking leave your house, when you get up in the morning, your main job is energy creation for those people around you and yourself. Nobody wants to be around that shot out, blame game ass shit. Do that shit in the pen, even if it's a cop. Oh, that cop did this. You don't tell on nobody. If the cop walks in the building and they say, hey, where's Danny Salazar? And he's really getting a package or some mail and you point to him, you're fucked. You're fucked. You don't do that. You don't point fingers. It's just fucking right back at you. The motherfucker who can point fingers at himself will find the solution. The solution is...
The one that can point fingers at himself will find the solution. Let's go. Smelling like snitch in here.
Point fingers at himself will find the solution. The solution is to adapt or perish right now, motherfuckers. Build yourself with what you can. Get on that motherfucking floor and find your answers. Don't expect them to be gifted before you put the work in. We earn answers around here, motherfucker. They come from above, motherfucker. They come from above when you prove that you're a quality facilitator of the message. When you're a quality facilitator of this message, it's delivered to you. It's delivered to you loud and clear. The answers come clear and abundant all day. Those are the winners. The ones that tap in through gratitude. The ones that won't give up. The ones that don't give a fuck about how they feel. They just know they got up that day. They just know they got blessed with another 24, motherfucker. Baby ass shit out here. It makes me sick, the whining. But I get it, because rewind the tape. I just told you I came out crying after my first 72-hour lockdown. So I'm here. So I'm here to show you how to not tap. And if it's not these videos, it's Instagram. It's me showing you that I'll wake up every day for you to show you it's possible, just like I did in the penitentiary. Because I don't tap. I don't give a fuck about me. If I get coronavirus, which I won't, I'll get up and work out that day at 3 in the fucking morning. This is what will happen. I will deliver this message to you guys. I will. This is what means everything to me. We can't cure anyone or help anyone until we help or cure ourselves. And once we've cured ourselves, oh my God, the power. It feels so great that you have to give it away. Or you're just sitting there by yourself examining how fucking dope it is when that's bullshit. Wake the fuck up, create the man you admire, give him the fuck away.
Let's go. Wake the fuck up, create the man you admire, and give him away. Wise words from a wild man. Crazy, 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 crazy. I love those videos. I've been watching way too much of them recently. I've been ODing on Wes Watson. Got to get some of those camera angles for myself. Not nearly as jacked as that fool is, and I have no tattoos, so it wouldn't work. Yeah, you need to reach out to him and help him with his videos. Yeah, for sure. Wes, let's get you on Ruin an Hour, bro. I should hit him up. He lives in San Diego. Like, come on Ruin an Hour and beat me up. But yeah. But yeah, I've just been watching those videos. I feel like those are pretty inspiring. I love his videos. You know, he's kind of like David Goggins a little bit, but I feel like he comes from a more foreign land than I do. Even though David Goggins was a Navy SEAL, and that's really foreign to me. I feel like something about prison is so foreign to me that, especially him using the example of like being in lockdown and using that as a strength to empower himself and make him a better person, because he got sober in lockdown. He talks about when he was in jail, he was like just doing bad stuff as well. He started dealing dope, he started doing dope, he started drinking again, and he talked about like when he like sobered up, he was like, man, I was like literally drinking Pruno, which is prison wine, and smoking like, I don't know what he was smoking, like PCP or heroin or something. And he talks about, I just lifted like myself out, and I was like, I'm at rock bottom right now. I'm the lowest of the low I can ever be. I'm in prison for like an unsurmountable amount of time, getting high and still like numbing myself out to the situation. And just how he rose up from that, and now he's like a pretty successful YouTube voice, and you know, has a fitness company, and he has a family. Like, it's pretty amazing, like what you can do with the power of self-empowerment is wild. It's really wild. But yeah, so yeah, Goggins' mental game is definitely unreal. He's on another planet. For sure. He's an alien. I almost said the C word. He's wild. He's nuts. But yeah, I like watching him talk. I don't know why I feel like Wes Watson just resonates with me more recently. But yeah, both of them are very like inspirational. So just been doing that, guys. Banana Gang, Sandy, thank you very much. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I would suggest for you guys to do is get a book. one that's short, easy to read, and wake up in the morning and read just like a couple pages out of it, just a little something to get you going throughout the day. And honestly, this gets me started better than anything I've ever done, is just reading something inspirational. And usually when I get done reading it, I literally post the quote on Twitter to kind of like spread it around. I've been like trying really hard to be as positive as I can on Twitter, because I feel like that's important, is to just give out positivity on something as volatile as Twitter. And I've been trying to limit my time on there too. And I've actually not gone on Facebook this whole quarantine. Not on Instagram. I deleted that 2 years ago when I got out of my relationship. Yeah. Bananas. Yeah, I should say bananas. That was bananas. That's a good one. It's just going to be hard. Like, it's always hard to like wean something out of your vocabulary. Like, to be really honest with you guys, I used to say the F word a lot. Like, I used to say it a lot. And I remember people would check me like really hard about it. And I always got super defensive about it. But that's because I knew it was wrong to say that. And I felt like, I felt embarrassed and threatened. And I felt like, ashamed that I would say it. So my defense mechanism with that was to get angry and defensive. And eventually I weaned that word out of my vocabulary. And it's kind of funny, whenever I hear it, even in battles, it's like, ooh, it's like abrasive. It's like, God. It's almost like hearing the N-word out of like somebody's, it's not even close to that, but it's like, lives in the same neighborhood. Like, definitely like the N-word is like, whoa, like definitely on a way higher scale. But like when I hear those words, it's just like, oh, wow, shit. That's like a harsh word. Bananas. But yeah, I should start saying that. Yeah, the F word is entrenched in battle rap history so hard, for sure. Yeah. I feel like it's getting weaned out. I feel like now everybody's kind of like getting with the times and like slowly coming around to not saying it just because it's not cool at all. Plus, it just sounds so wrong and abrasive. It doesn't sound tight. Battle rap should be more about what sounds cool, not about being the most offensive and like saying the most messed up stuff to your opponent. I always when I first got into battle rap, sure, that might have been kind of where it was at, like sort of, but I feel like the more battle rap has found its footing in the art form that it is, I like that it's not like that. Ars has definitely improved, though. He's definitely gotten out of the whole, like, I'll just sleep with every family member you have. He's definitely done some stuff that I disagree with, for sure, but I'm not supposed to agree with what everybody does. Anybody have any tips of avoiding headaches while looking at screens all day, because I'm required to for work school? So you can get glasses for those. Not glasses to improve your vision, but actually it's glasses. My little brother wears them. It's glasses to like cut down on the rays going into your eyes. I should have got them, or else I probably wouldn't be as blind as I am today. Also, this, my friend, this will cure everything in life, especially headaches. Drinking a lot of this stuff. Water right here. I should be like halfway here by now, but I'm slacking today. I'm going to go work out and feel like super dehydrated. Blue light glasses, exactly. That's what they are. Yeah, get those. Get them up. Yeah, they do actually work too. My like I said, my little brother uses them, and his vision is 100 times better than mine. Avo, can I get an internship? I'd love to work with and learn from you, man. Flynn, yes, in the future I am going to start internship programs. I just got to do it when I have time to really structure them and advise them and oversee them. Right now, I tried to do it in the past and actually didn't work out, unfortunately, because it's like it actually took me more time to make those programs than for me to just do the work myself. But in the future, Flynn, definitely would be down. I definitely need like a lot of help making a lot of different things, like promo materials, snippets, and all that jazz. But yeah, check out blue light glasses. The Flynn gang is in effect. Bruv gang, Flynn gang. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying me going live so often. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of it's a lot of work going live this much. Yesterday I went live literally for 4 hours. I did a Rune an hour, I did a watch, and then I did a round for round. And that's on top of me still having to edit these battles I filmed on the roof, edit round for rounds, edit best rounds of 2019, and then also try to read and be healthy and not sink into a C depression. So yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. Scotty, love you, appreciate it. JT Flynn, appreciate it, man. Hell yeah, word, guys. All right, we're gonna be going live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sandy, Banana Gang, let's go. And we're doing, I think, Shoddy versus My Verse for round. So tune in for that. And yeah, should be good. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in 5 hours. 1, 2, 3, go.